Good evening and welcome to the Top Projects of 2019 Awards Celebration. I'm Bill Geyer, publisher of Finance and Commerce, and I'll be your host today for this virtual Top Projects Awards event. We hope you enjoyed that quick tour of Bridgewater Bank's new corporate headquarters and St. Louis Park branch office. If you haven't picked up your award yet, that's the place. We've got a great program prepared for you today. This is a crazy time in all of our lives, and I truly hope that you and your loved ones are healthy and safe. Not exactly the celebration we were hoping for. Back in May, we thought July 23rd, no problem. We'll be at Nicollet Island Pavilion celebrating. Then we postponed to today with the same thought. So here we are, and we're extremely excited and happy to provide you with this special virtual awards program. This pivot to the virtual space allows us and all of you to safely celebrate and honor those responsible for the top work in the built community. I know many of you watching the program this evening and from past events know you wouldn't just sit there while your work was being recognized. Heck, we usually have 20 people per project on stage to accept each award and to get your picture taken. Since we can't do that today, here's what I'd like you to do. Post something on social media. If it's a picture of you and your award, that's great. I want to challenge everyone that has worked on each project to get your work trending at hashtag #TopProjects2020. Many of you have already posted on LinkedIn and Facebook. Let's regenerate some of those posts and some of that earlier excitement. Share your congratulations, call out team members. That's hashtag #TopProjects2020. And on Twitter, we're at BusinessMN. I also encourage you to join the chat in the right-hand portion of your screen to post comments and congratulations. On behalf of Finance and Commerce and our event sponsor, Bridgewater Bank, thank you all for joining us as we celebrate your work, the top projects of 2019. Of course, celebrations like this are made possible by our sponsors. We'd like to thank the Top Projects event sponsor, Bridgewater Bank. They have been great supporters of Top Projects over the years, and we thank them for that support. If you've done business with Bridgewater Bank, you know what I'm talking about. They're great partners. Xcel Energy is our High Performance Building Award sponsor. The High Performance Building Award is given to a participant who has exemplified leadership and ongoing commitment to energy efficiency. This year's winner has been selected from the pool of 2019 Top Project honorees that have also participated in Xcel Energy's Energy Design Assistance Program. One of tonight's top projects will be honored with that distinction. We'll be presenting that award near the end of the program, so stick around after you accept your top project award because you could be a multiple award winner. The beautiful virtual centerpieces are sponsored by Michaud Cooley Erickson. Watch for them throughout the program. Your first drink sponsor is Commonwealth Commercial Partners. They sponsored the $10 Urban Growler e-gift card that all paid attendees have received or will receive in the next couple of days. gold sponsor is MinCrew. Honorary award sponsors are Greystone Construction and Ironmark. Silver sponsors, Emmanuel Simpotis, Frana, HTG Architects, Landform Professional Services, Lathrop GPM, McGuff Construction, MG McGrath, Pope Architects, Sean Lundquist Construction. Supporting sponsors are Adolphson Peterson, Alliance Mechanical, Bolton Menk, City of Hermantown, Civil Site Group, Cunningham Group Architects, Delta Dental of Minnesota, Flannery Construction, Frericks Construction, Gosman and Moore Associates, Hunt Electric Corp., J.E. Dunn Construction, Knutson Construction, Coma Architects, LHB, Minnesota Construction Law Services, Momentum Design Group, Nile, Obernell Engineering, Steen Engineering, Stevens Construction, Terracon, TKDA, Urban Architects, and Wilden. This evening would not be possible without your support. I would now like to welcome Nick Place, Chief Lending Officer of Bridgewater Bank, to say a few words.
On behalf of Bridgewater Bank, I'm pleased to welcome you to the Top Projects of 2019 Awards. We are delighted you're here, and we look forward to recognizing some amazing work tonight. Bridgewater Bank is proud to be the presenting sponsor of this year's ceremony. We see this as a natural fit for us and a reflection of our mission to challenge the status quo. We started with a vision in 2005 to create an entrepreneurial bank where answers came quickly, opportunities were plentiful, and the culture was optimistic. An unconventional attitude sets us apart from traditional banks, and our clients, many of which work in real estate, notice the difference. Like many of you, we work with local entrepreneurs and have enjoyed the opportunity to partake in their growth journeys. Bridgewater Bank applauds the recipients of Top Projects of 2019 Awards for their passion and achievement. Congratulations to this year's honorees. And now, Joel Shetler will tell you how tonight's top projects were chosen.
Thanks, Nick. Now, let's get on with the program. The 50 projects being honored tonight were selected by an independent panel of judges from more than 100 nominations. Top projects are awarded based on their degree of difficulty, creativity in design, innovative construction techniques, cooperation among contractors, management, and government, and for their sustainability efforts. In other words, these are very cool projects that were not easy to pull off. Most of you here tonight know personally the effort and creativity it took to bring these projects to life. For your accomplishments, we applaud you and your teams. But before we begin, I want to ask you to please stick with us throughout the program. There will be shout-out messages from supporters, and we've inserted some cameo appearances that you don't want to miss. Now, let's get started with the program.
3701 Wayzata Boulevard. The improvements to 3701 Wayzata Boulevard were so dramatic that tenants were signing up before renovations even began. And no wonder. The renovation uncovered marble walls, terrazzo floors, waffle slab concrete ceilings, and other mid-century details in the building. Those old touches were set off by amenities including a new cafe, first-floor work lounge, and a rooftop patio. The property also connects to adjacent trails, green space, and lakes. Finance and Commerce is pleased to recognize 3701 Wayzata Boulevard as one of its top projects of 2019. Alliance Field. The Midway area of St. Paul has become an unlikely soccer hotbed thanks to Alliance Field. The venue transformed a contaminated vacant lot into a thriving, popular, and must-see destination on Minnesota United game days. Alliance Field also makes use of 1,700 LED lights, with spaces that mimic moving water. The facade is wrapped in PTFE, a synthetic versatile material featuring the look of undulating circles. And unlike some stadiums we can think of, Alliance Field is highly friendly to birds. Finance and Commerce is proud to honor Alliance Field as one of its top projects of 2019. Amplifone Headquarters. When Amplifone decided against renovating in place, they made an unusual move for a suburban company. They headed for the city. The company now occupies 2 refurbished floors in the 150 tower. The space includes video conference rooms, collaboration spaces, and private spaces. Floor-to-ceiling windows and a daylight-responsive lighting control system cut down on energy costs. The lobby has a central staircase connecting the 2 floors. It also features an illuminated lowercase a taken from the company logo and made from dozens of LED lights. As the project contractor put it, they wanted a wow lobby, and they got one. Finance and Commerce is happy to name Amplifone Headquarters as one of its top projects of 2019. Andrus Building. The Andrus Building is one of the oldest remaining structures on Nicollet Mall, dating back to the 1890s. But it was its 1980s exterior that needed replacing. Workers got rid of ill-suited bay windows, redid the lobby, and added columns that improved the street view into the main floor. Another touch was fabricated custom-weathered steel and copper wall art for one of the lobby's interior walls. Column covers extending up to the 2nd floor, parts of which are backlit, set off the wall art. Finance and Commerce is pleased to name the Andrus Building as one of its top projects of 2019. Anoka County Library. The renovation of the Anoka County Library wasn't exactly done by the book, but that's not a bad thing. The 35-year-old building more than doubled in size, meaning it had to contend with surrounding woodlands and roads. That meant getting creative. One meeting room can be divided and reconfigured into 5 different layouts. Along with meeting rooms is a makerspace that doubles as an IQ kitchen, a fully equipped classroom kitchen with technology to record and share cooking classes. It also has quiet areas and private staff space that wasn't there before. Finance and Commerce is proud to recognize the Anoka County Library as one of its top projects of 2019. Arvon Fraser Library. The Fraser Library started out as a bank building. Now, after a renovation, it can go back to being rich with knowledge. The 60-year-old building, designed by Ralph Rapson, presented challenges. A lack of light made the basement all but unusable, so a portion of the 1st floor and basement ceiling were removed to let in light. And a heavily reinforced vault wouldn't leave without the walls and ceiling it was attached to. That area is now for staff. Finance and Commerce is happy to honor the Arvon Fraser Library as one of its top projects of 2019. Bluffview Elementary School. A million years ago, when schools were taken for granted, contractors remodeled Bluffview Elementary in Lake City. They had to do so while the school was operating as normal, so students and staff were kept in the loop every step of the way. Added were 6 new classrooms for preschool and kindergarten students, and a new cafeteria. The old cafeteria has been converted into a space for the school's childcare program. The project also included a new multi-purpose gymnasium and stage, complete with bleachers and a new concessions area. Finance and Commerce is pleased to name Bluffview Elementary School as one of its top projects of 2019.
Alan Witt. I am a senior engineer with Terracon Consultants. We at Terracon are so very proud to be a sponsor of top projects again this year for the Finance and Commerce. Terracon congratulates each and every one of this year's 50 top project honorees. Why do we explore beyond the surface at Terracon? We provide valuable recommendations to our clients nationwide by offering consulting services in 4 major areas: geotechnical engineering, material testing, environmental consulting, and facility forensics. Our local staff looks forward to protecting our clients with cost-effective recommendations to make your projects a success every time.
Celeste of St. Paul. The Exchange Building in St. Paul used to house a music conservatory and 90 nuns of the Sisters of St. Joseph. So it was only fitting that Celeste, as the building is now known, welcomed 5 nuns for an opening night stay. One of them pointed out that there didn't used to be a bar there. There is a bar, along with 71 guest rooms and suites, more than half with views of the state capitol. Woodwork, plaster detailing, and terrazzo flooring were among the original components that allowed the project to mix old with new. Finance and Commerce is proud to recognize Celeste of St. Paul as one of its top projects of 2019. Central Lutheran Church. To mark its centennial, Central Lutheran Church decided to update its administration building. When a renovation was found to be not practical, a new edifice was designed. That structure features a white semicircular structure to celebrate the geometry of the existing church. A continuous canopy welcomes visitors to the new administration building, which contains a great hall with a 500-person capacity, offices, a health clinic, meeting rooms, and classrooms. Other new touches include 2-story panes on the side of the Great Hall facing downtown Minneapolis. Also, windows on the west side allow people in the fellowship hall to see the church and bell tower. Finance and Commerce is happy to recognize Central Lutheran Church as one of its top projects of 2019. City Club Apartments. As downtown Minneapolis continues to attract young professionals to live there, City Club Apartments is a place where they can afford to live without going deep into debt. City Club presumes that its tenants walk, bike, or take mass transit to work. That's why it has no parking space, the first downtown apartment to make that claim. Amenities include custom cabinets, grilling stations, and heated pools, along with a location that makes City Club a hub for young city dwellers. Finance and Commerce is pleased to honor City Club Apartments as one of its top projects of 2019. Commission House. The Commission House has a rich history dating back to when goods would come into St. Paul on the Mississippi and be sold there. Now the Lower Town building has a bright future to match. It has retail on the ground floor and 26 apartments on the floors above. All that was done with an eye on history. Commission House is on the National Register of Historic Places. Walking that tightrope meant dealing with fire damage as well as turning awkward spaces into efficiency apartments. Finance and Commerce is pleased to recognize Commission House as one of its top projects of 2019. Delta Dental Operations Center. Putting together a new call center is enough to put your teeth on edge. So Delta Dental was prepared when it was their turn. Their call center in Bemidji stands out from most such places. Instead of packing workers into a big drab room, the space has a full glass curtain wall, along with a fitness room and bike storage. According to the building's designers, many new hires are beyond impressed with the new space. It makes all that time on the phone worthwhile. Finance and Commerce is happy to name Delta Dental Operations Center as one of its top projects of 2019. Southview Senior Communities Eden Prairie Campus. Architects and contractors love a challenge, right? The site for Southview Senior Communities Eden Prairie Campus offered plenty. For one thing, the parcel drops more than 30 feet over its 4-acre scope. The way around that included getting permission to build 5 stories instead of 4. Another hurdle to clear was tamping down the project's parking requirements. Also helping was a 400-foot retaining wall that was fortified by extra depths in the footings. Finance and Commerce is proud to name Southview Senior Community's Eden Prairie campus as one of its top projects of 2019. Elevate at Southwest Station. Elevate at Southwest Station is adjacent to an upcoming light rail line, making it Eden Prairie's first transit-oriented development. The project was anything but simple. The site was plagued by poor soils and a high water table. To compensate, contractors installed more than 700 piles, each at least 40 feet deep. Also, parking was split between above grade and below grade. The result is a development that will provide tenants with great access to transit, as well as a nice place to live. Finance and Commerce is happy to recognize Elevate at Southwest Station as one of its top projects of 2019.
Hi, my name is Mark Bringman, President of Steen Engineering.
And I'm Kurt Smith, Principal with Steen. We have provided MEP engineering services nationwide for over 25 years.
We'd like to congratulate all 2020 Top Project Award winners. Our team is honored to have worked on the following recognized projects.
Elevate at Southwest Station in Eden Prairie, partnering with Cass Wilson Architects. The Fillmore Theater and Element Hotel at Target Field Station in Minneapolis, partnering with Tushy Montgomery Architects and Major Mechanical.
Green on 4th in Minneapolis, partnering with Tushy Montgomery Architects and Timberland Partners. Hook and Ladder Apartments in Minneapolis, partnering with LHB Architects.
Irving Exchange in St. Paul, partnering with UrbanWorks Architects and Al's Electric. Moxie Minneapolis Downtown, partnering with Collage Architects, Associated Mechanical, and Medina Electric. Nolan Mains in Edina, Minnesota, partnering with Mohegan Hansen Architecture and Frana Companies.
Congratulations to all our partners. Thanks and stay safe.
Element by Weston. Performing theaters are supposed to be noisy. Hotels are supposed to be quiet. So how do you reconcile the two? In the case of Element by Weston, it took a lot of creative acoustic and structural engineering. The downtown Minneapolis Hotel, along with extended stay rooms, has a concert venue that can hold almost 2,000. But the venue contains such touches as vibration-isolated speakers and round columns that keep sound from bouncing toward the walls. Finance and Commerce is pleased to recognize Element by Weston as one of its top projects of 2019. Sheffer Recreation Center. St. Paul's Frogtown is full of kids from all backgrounds, and as kids, they love to play. That's why when the city decided to replace Sheffer Recreation Center with a new space, they knew it had to be built quickly. The center has a gym that accommodates games played by children of different ethnic groups. It also has a full commercial kitchen, fitness room, walking track, dance room, and 3 community rooms. Finally, the central terrazzo floor features an inlaid art installation done by 3 St. Paul artists. Finance and Commerce is proud to honor Sheffer Recreation Center as one of its top projects of 2019. Great River Landing. Great River Landing isn't just a new building. It will mean a new start for many people who have done time in prison. The building's 72 apartments are aimed at men looking to turn their lives around. The developers went the extra mile to make it as homey as possible. Each floor is designated not by a number, but by colors and inspirational symbols. Reclaimed wood was used in the finishes. The domestic feel extends to outside, where a playground and green space convey a sense of fun and calm. Finance and Commerce is happy to name Great River Landing as one of its top projects of 2019. Green on 4th. Prospect Park has a new distinctive housing project to go with the many unique buildings in that neighborhood. Green on 4th blends in nicely with a stormwater management system that serves several large nearby apartment buildings. Developed with the Mississippi Watershed Management Organization, the system captures rainwater and runoff from 4 apartment buildings into a collective stormwater pond. That water is used to irrigate the landscaping around the apartments. What's more, the market-rate apartments are a great fit for the area. Finance and Commerce is pleased to recognize Green on 4th as one of its top projects of 2019. Hero Training Center. A team effort between the cities of Woodbury and Cottage Grove lets first responders try helping good guys and busting bad guys, but none of it is real. The Hero Training Center, not far from Cottage Grove City Hall, is meant to offer law enforcement required training. In other words, to practice being cops. Among the center's features are a 2-story tactical training area and an outdoor yard for canine training. The complex also includes an acre of pavement to practice traffic stops. In a video simulation room, screens put an officer in one of 700 work scenarios to sharpen their decision-making skills. Finance and Commerce is proud to recognize Hero Training Center as one of its top projects of 2019. Hilton Rochester Mayo Clinic area. Just 2 blocks from the Mayo Clinic, the Hilton Rochester Mayo Clinic area is one of the jewels of the Destination Medical Center downtown redevelopment. The hotel has a conference center, fitness center with pool and wellness terrace, and retail and office space, all connected to a 7-level parking structure. The hotel opened in April with multiple restaurants and 20,000 square feet of meeting space. Other innovative touches include wallums, or walls that act as columns to transfer weight loads. Finance and Commerce is pleased to recognize Hilton Rochester Mayo Clinic area as one of its top projects of 2019. Hochokatati. Considering the Minnesota River Valley has been home for hundreds of years, a culture center of the Shakopee Mdewakanton Sioux seems long overdue. Hochokatati mixes modern design with visual representations of Native American traditions and history. 7 huge teepees anchor a patio that overlooks a secluded water feature. Inside, there's meeting space, a huge museum, a dining room, and a theater. A river gallery ties the building together while providing amazing views of the teepees and water. Finance and Commerce is happy to honor Hochokatati as one of its top projects of 2019.
Bolden Inc. is proud to be part of the SMSC Cultural Center and join them in celebrating their recognition as a Top 10 project.
On behalf of HTG Architects and its design team partners Emmanuel and POTUS and Clark Engineering IMEG, I just want to say a huge thank you to the Shakopee Mdewakanton Sioux community for our 30-year relationship and the opportunity to work on the community's projects. Congratulations on the top projects recognition for Hochokatati. After 25 years of planning, the dream of a cultural center for the community to gather, share your culture, and tell your story to the public became a reality when the facility opened in 2019. Best wishes, and we hope Hochokatati serves you well for many generations to come.
Hook and Ladder Apartments. From the outside, Hook and Ladder Apartments looks like a typical multifamily structure, but it's unique among Minnesota developments. It's the state's first apartment development built to Passive House Institute standards, one of the strictest energy-efficient construction protocols. A 2-layer exterior wall creates what amounts to an airtight envelope around its occupied spaces. Also, the 5-story building is up to 70% more energy efficient than similar projects. To make all that happen, engineers removed more than 14,000 tons of contaminated soil that had been on the site. Finance and Commerce is pleased to name Hook and Ladder Apartments as one of its top projects of 2019. Irvine Exchange. With apologies to Joni Mitchell, in the case of Irvine Exchange, they paved a parking lot and put up paradise. The development on West 7th Street offers luxury living walking distance from the river. The courtyard has a pool and spa. There's a rooftop deck, and the community room is filled by a fireplace, kitchen, and seating. Developers used the sloping site to their advantage. The change in grade allowed for 2 levels of underground parking that operate separately. That strategy reduced the amount of square footage associated with parking. Finance and Commerce is proud to recognize Irvine Exchange as one of its top projects of 2019. The Julia. Broadway and Marshall is one of Minneapolis's most interesting neighborhoods. The Julia reflects that character nicely. It starts at the entrance, which is lit by a pearl necklace chandelier and a beam of lighting running up the corner of the building. The 6-story building is meant to serve as a gateway to the Northeast Arts District. Tenant attractions include a lobby and pub on the first floor, a rooftop with a cinema, lawn, grills, and an herb garden. Pretty good for what used to be a gas station. Finance and Commerce is happy to recognize the Julia as one of its top projects of 2019. Le Sueur County Justice Center. Le Sueur's county jail was more than 100 years old and had become outdated and inefficient. To remedy that, the county built a new 80-bed jail a mile away from the old one. The building's main floor has booking areas, holding cells, a library, a recreation room, classroom, and medical room. On the second level, there are 2 courtrooms, a law library, judges' chambers, and other offices. And thanks to lean construction practices, including prefab cells, the project was done 4 months ahead of schedule. Finance and Commerce is pleased to honor the Le Sueur County Justice Center as one of its top projects of 2019. Leaf Office Building. You want to build an office building, but the site you want is contaminated and sits in a floodplain. No big deal. The Leaf Office Building, located in the Bassett Creek Valley, overcame those problems. Developers say the extra trouble was worth it for a big project meant to spur development in that area. With Leaf a success, 2 more office blocks are now in the works nearby. Finance and Commerce is proud to name Leaf Office Building as one of its top projects of 2019. The Lakes at Stillwater. Phase 1 of the Lakes at Stillwater is one of the most deluxe senior housing campuses in the Twin Cities. The Lodge, as it's known, has apartments and common areas that feature extensive millwork and high-end finishes. Amenities include a spa and salon, a wellness and activity center with boxing equipment, an arts and crafts center, and a theater. The Lodge also boasts a library and a 2-story lobby with stone fireplaces. Outside, there's a natural gas fire pit and a network of walking trails. Finance and Commerce is happy to recognize the Lakes at Stillwater as one of its top projects of 2019. McAllister Theater and Dance Building. The Janet Wallace Fine Arts Center at McAllister was a venerable space. Thanks to a multi-phase renovation, it's now much more than that. The key word for the new theater and dance building is flexibility. Every room in the building serves more than one function. For example, the theater also functions as an acting and directing classroom, and each studio has a different type of floor surface to accommodate different dance styles. The main stage theater can host productions in a variety of seating configurations and includes a tension wire grid that both supports technical work for production and accommodates the teaching of lighting design to a group of students. Finance and Commerce is pleased to name the McAllister Theater and Dance Building as one of its top projects of 2019.
Hi, I'm Alex Krug with Momentum Design Group, and on behalf of the MDG, I would like to congratulate the construction design team for the Julia. This was a great opportunity, and it was a pleasure to work with you all.
Thank you, Finance and Commerce. Adelson and Peterson Construction is honored to have LeSueur County Justice Center recognized as a top project of 2019. Thanks to a collaborative, hands-on approach by the county and project team, the Justice Center completed nearly 4 months ahead of schedule and will be able to safely serve residents for decades to come.
Mayo Generos Building. Most of the time, we want to build out, not up. But in the case of the Mayo Generos Building expansion, there was little choice. Mayo wanted to double the building size by adding 3 floors to the 5 existing floors. The problem? Adding 3 more brick stories would have added too much weight for the existing structure. To reduce the weight load, the architects chose high-tech aluminum wall panels as a lighter, less expensive, and more energy-efficient option. Half of the new space will contain physical medicine and rehabilitation space. The destiny of the other half? We'll have to wait and see. Finance and Commerce is happy to recognize the Mayo Generos Building as one of its top projects of 2019. McGough Headquarters. The trouble with a construction company building its own new headquarters? You're constantly surrounded by experts with opinions. McGough managed it, though. Working not far from its former HQ, the company repurposed a former truck transfer terminal. During the design phase, all McGough employees were encouraged to collaborate and contribute. Among the internal ideas put to use were column-free spaces, stand-up meeting tables made from old concrete forms, a marble outdoor patio, and old steel beams used as fencing. A favorite feature is a cast-in-place concrete staircase, the stairway connecting the first and second floors. Finance and Commerce is pleased to recognize McGough Headquarters as one of its top projects of 2019. Metro Transit Haywood Office and Police Facility. No matter what grand plans Metro Transit has, the buses and trains still have to run on time. That was the dilemma when Metro Transit needed more room for its police and other departments. The Haywood facility was expanded by more than 7 times. The redone space includes a new employee lunchroom, renovated Met Council chambers, administrative office space, an on-site medical clinic, and a fitness room for all Metro Transit employees. And work was done while the nearby garage had buses coming and going at various points during the day. Finance and Commerce is proud to name Metro Transit Haywood Office and Police Facility as one of its top projects of 2019. Minnehaha Academy. 3 years ago, a natural gas explosion destroyed the center of Minnehaha Academy and took the lives of 2 employees. Officials at the academy knew rebuilding would be anything but an all-business project. The tragedy spurred them to honor the school's history and look boldly to the future. Rather than traditional classrooms, there are collaborative areas that seem more like shared workspaces, along with floor-to-ceiling windows that look out toward the river. Meanwhile, a quiet space with a bench flanked by 2 boulders serves as a memorial. Finance and Commerce is proud to honor Minnehaha Academy as one of its top projects of 2019. Moxie Hotel. Marriott says its Moxie Hotel downtown is a boutique hotel concept for the next-gen traveler, a true urban retreat. That's more than just marketing speak. designers were asked to combine an up-north cabin feel with urban sophistication. The cabin motif includes plaid wall coverings, a knotty pine bar, tabletop lanterns, lobby with a canoe-style couch and a fireplace, and, of course, an outdoor patio. Builders were able to complete construction in spite of added traffic from first the Super Bowl and then the Final Four. Remember the Final Four? Finance and Commerce is happy to recognize Moxie Hotel as one of its top projects of 2019. MSR Design Headquarters. What's an unusual challenge for a design firm? One might be designing your own office space. That was the task MSR Design gave itself as it transformed a white shell inside the 510 Marquette building into a sustainable, collaborative workplace that had to accommodate dozens of employees and 8 office dogs. The new studio contains a fluid workspace in which everyone from managers to interns occupied desks arranged in long rows. The space features a VR studio, a writable glass projection wall, a 3D printer, and a critique area. Finance and Commerce is pleased to name MSR Design Headquarters as one of its top projects of 2019. Nolan Mains. If you want space at the coveted intersection of 50th and France, you'd better do it right. Nolan Mains did it right. A long-neglected site is now a luxury apartment building, the first major development in that Tony area in more than a decade. Developers made the space special by expanding existing walkways, creating a public plaza, providing more parking for shops and dining, and offering 100 new apartments. Unique amenities include a lending library, sun deck, spa and fitness area, and even a dog run with a wash area. Finance and Commerce is happy to name Nolan Mains as one of its top projects of 2019.
Hi, I'm Brad Wood, Chief Operating Officer at McGough Construction. McGough is excited to have 6 outstanding projects being recognized today. But these projects don't happen without great partners, and we're proud of the teams that have helped make all of these projects come to life. We're excited to see everybody in person soon, but until then, stay safe and stay healthy.
Nordic and Sable. Competing in the ever more congested North Loop, the Nordic and Sable combines condominiums, short-term rentals, office space, and retail. Nordic features 11 stories of offices, and across a landscaped plaza is Sable, a condo and rental building that allows the type of rentals that have become popular in the Airbnb age. Neighborhood meetings were a big part of making the project happen. Developers listened to concerns about size and scope and about staying true to the neighborhood's character. Finance and Commerce is pleased to recognize Nordic and Sable as 2 of its top projects of 2019. One Discovery Square. Rochester's Destination Medical Center has been one of the most ambitious Minnesota projects in recent memory. The latest jewel in that crown is One Discovery Square. It's in a sub-district of the DMC, and it's a biomedical research and innovation technology center. The plan is that it will contain such medical companies like Philips, Epic, and Boston Scientific. In the interest of making the project as durable and maintenance-free as possible, many cladding materials were considered. In the end, the design team chose fiber cement, not just for its durability, but also because, unlike other facade options, it doesn't release toxins as it breaks down. Finance and Commerce is proud to recognize One Discovery Square as one of its top projects of 2019. Orchards of Minnetonka. Where there's a demand, you know Opus Group will be there. That's the case with senior housing as well. The company took a 7-acre lot in Minnetonka for a big foray into senior housing. Orchards of Minnetonka Senior Living. Opus Design Build constructed a 4-story building with almost 150 units, including many independent or assisted living apartments. Construction went on through freezing weather, which made earthwork a challenge, but everything was completed according to plan. Finance and Commerce is happy to honor Orchards of Minnetonka as one of its top projects of 2019. Prime Therapeutics Headquarters. Prime Therapeutics' Eagan Headquarters project was one of the most ambitious in recent memory. The idea was to merge 4 IT and operations facilities under a single roof, reduce their collective footprint by about 30% per person, and then figure out how these consolidated teams would get their work done. On the construction side, a state-of-the-art HVAC system circulates air far more efficiently than in the former space. Meanwhile, exterior glass allows ample natural light into the building. Finance and Commerce is happy to honor Prime Therapeutics Headquarters as one of its top projects of 2019. Rafter. Know what a rafter is? A flock of wild turkeys, a more and more common sight in our twin towns. The Rafter apartment complex is anything but a turkey, though. The Northeast Minneapolis high-rise has concierge lobby service, a rooftop terrace and pool on the 7th floor, a fitness facility, a pet spa, and an outdoor movie theater. Also, every floor of the complex contains photographs, paintings, and sculptures by local artists. Finance and Commerce is pleased to recognize Rafter as one of its top projects of 2019. RAR Corporation Expansion. The site of the RAR expansion in Shakopee was a tight fit and had to contend with active railways nearby. Furthermore, 8,000 square feet had to be demolished and rebuilt to go along with large areas of renovation and new construction. Despite the challenges, the project was completed 3 months ahead of time with no safety incidents. The keys were collaboration, strategic work sequencing, and communication between owner and architect. Unusual touches to the project included salvaging existing brick and other viable parts of the old building and making sure new elements matched the old ones. Finance and Commerce is pleased to name RAR Corporation Expansion as one of its top projects of 2019. Rapids Brewing. The taproom craze has made it all the way up to Grand Rapids, home of the new Rapids Brewing Company. The brewery sits in the site of an old movie theater, providing a spark of nostalgia for the patrons. Overlooking the brewing area is a huge photo of Marilyn Monroe, who is known by employees as the brewery's unofficial quality manager. In building the brewery, original granite was refinished for the exterior, and extra material was used as the brewery's tap handles. Best of all, the project is helping revive downtown Grand Rapids, and I think we can all drink to that. Finance and Commerce is proud to recognize Rapids Brewing as one of its top projects of 2019.
Hi, I'm Greg Trendy with Mashad Cooley Erickson. We have the honor of being the MEP Consulting Engineers for 2 of the finalists for the Finance and Commerce Top Projects. Congratulations to the One Discovery Square team of Mortensen and RSP Architects for this trailblazing project. Also, congratulations to the University Enterprise Laboratories team of Kraus Anderson and Alliance for their efforts on that state-of-the-art facility. Again, a huge congratulations from MCE to both teams.
Dorothy Day Place. Dorothy Day was a social activist who devoted her life to economic equality. I think it's safe to say that she would be proud of the center in St. Paul that bears her name. Dorothy Day Place is a two-building campus designed to prevent and end homelessness. It's the second phase of a combined campus for Catholic Charities of St. Paul and Minneapolis, the largest public-private partnership of its kind in state history. The new building was designed to foster a peaceful, productive, and healing environment. To that end, there's ample natural light, an abundance of sustainable materials, views of downtown St. Paul, and a protected courtyard with green space. Finance and Commerce is happy to recognize Dorothy Day Place as one of its top projects of 2019. Ronald McDonald House. It might be named after a silly mascot, but Ronald McDonald Houses are no joke. Rochester recently celebrated the opening of an expanded, welcoming haven for families of children from all over the world who are receiving care at the Mayo Clinic. Over the last 4 years, the previous McDonald House was at capacity and had to turn away nearly 4,000 families. But the new facility will serve more than 600 families per year. The work was completed in 2 phases to allow the Ronald McDonald House to remain open during construction. The project's second phase involved remodeling the entrance and guest receiving areas, plus adding more functional space and a larger art room. Finance and Commerce is pleased to honor Ronald McDonald House as one of its top projects of 2019. 3 Jack. Food, drink, and golf. What's not to love about 3 Jack? The new Minneapolis restaurant has 6 golf simulators, a large patio, and an indoor-outdoor bar. It even has a lighting feature that integrates thousands of golf balls. Sounds fun, but building 3 Jack was no game. The space had parking ramps above and below, so contractors had to be careful where they drilled for plumbing, electrical, and other piping to avoid damaging the post-tension cabling in the concrete. Finance and Commerce is proud to name 3 Jack as one of its top projects of 2019. Tractor Works. Located in the North Loop, Tractor Works is a distinctive office space that blends the historic warehouse feel of the neighborhood with modern amenities. Those touches include a rooftop deck, wellness rooms, workplace lounge, micro food market, dry cleaning, and even a vehicle concierge. Those modern perks are new to the Tractor Building, which is more than 100 years old. Its age called for a focused approach on meeting and exceeding energy efficiency benchmarks. The end result is a building that is both fancy and comfy. Finance and Commerce is happy to recognize Tractor Works as one of its top projects of 2019. University Enterprise Laboratories. A biotech startup won't get far without proper lab space. That was the problem faced by University Enterprise Laboratories. It had plenty of opportunities to host startups, but nowhere to put them all. The biotech incubator renovated and added on to its existing building, creating 12 new wet labs, those requiring plumbing, and 6 dry labs. Each laboratory has a fume hood, and its mechanical system creates negative pressure in the enclosure, preventing air and contaminants from escaping to other labs. The new facility is almost completely occupied. Finance and Commerce is pleased to recognize University Enterprise Laboratories as one of its top projects of 2019. Pioneer Hall. Pioneer Hall is one of the U of M's oldest dorms, and recently it started showing its age. In renovating and expanding it, architects and contractors combined classic elements with energy-efficient upgrades. All this took place in a narrow footprint consisting of a long corridor with rooms on one side. Builders took out interior walls to widen the space. Overall, the size of the building increased by half. At the same time, some historic elements were saved, including some original wood, a decorative light fixture, and the original brass mailboxes. Finance and Commerce is proud to honor Pioneer Hall as one of its top projects of 2019. Venue Apartments. Chanhassen has more to offer than Paisley Park. One of those new things is the new Venue Apartments. Sitting in the heart of downtown, the complex offers urban-style design and market-rate apartment living along with a huge Aldi store. The apartments range from studios to 3-bedroom units. Amenities include a sports simulator, fitness center, rooftop terrace, indoor club, private patios and balconies, business center, and underground parking. It shouldn't be too surprising that Venue was almost half leased by the time it opened. Finance and Commerce is happy to name Venue Apartments as one of its top projects of 2019. YMCA at the Essentia Wellness Center. For generations, the Y has meant much more than exercise. That's the case at the YMCA at the Essentia Wellness Center in Hermantown. At the new facility, along with working out or swimming, residents can get childcare, seek health and wellness services, have a coffee, and attend gatherings. It also offers programming in fitness studios and with cardio equipment, weight machines, and free weights, an early childhood development center, an aquatic center, and an indoor running track. Among other sustainability touches, tubular skylights in the building increase daylighting and energy efficiency. Finance and Commerce is happy to recognize YMCA at the Essentia Wellness Center as one of its top projects of 2019.
Hi, I'm Brian Morris with TKDA. We were the architects and engineers of record for the University of Minnesota renovation and expansion of Pioneer Hall. The success of this project was a direct result of collaboration between many talented designers, contractors, and lots of folks at the university itself. Together, we have set up Pioneer Hall to serve generations of students to come.
Congratulations to all of our honorees. We've seen some incredible work tonight. Let's take a moment and virtually applaud all of the projects. We have one more award this evening, the Xcel Energy High Performance Building Award. The High Performance Building Award is given to a participant who has exemplified leadership and ongoing commitment to energy efficiency. This year's winner has been selected from the pool of 2019 Top Projects honorees that have also participated in Xcel Energy's Energy Design Assistance Program. Here to present the award is Kristen Coles, Project Manager with Xcel Energy.
We'd like to congratulate all of the 2019 Finance and Commerce Top Project honorees. We're excited to have worked with many of you who participated in the Energy Design Assistance Program to optimize energy efficiency in those projects. On average, projects that participate in EDA save over 25% as compared to buildings that meet code. Tonight, Xcel Energy is pleased to present the High Performance Building Award to the Metro Transit Haywood Office and Police Facility. No stranger to energy efficiency, this project team knew that they would build in energy efficiency from the ground up, implementing strategies that would save money and energy for the long run. These included a ground source heat pump system, which accounted for nearly 60% of the total project savings, an energy efficient lighting system that was 50% better than code. And additionally, they installed lighting controls throughout the building and occupancy sensor control of the office outlets. As a result, this facility is expected to save nearly 60% in energy costs over a building that meets code and receive just over $95,000 in rebates from Xcel Energy to offset the higher cost of the more efficient equipment. Please help us congratulate the Metro Transit Haywood office and police facility on their outstanding achievements.
Thank you, Chris. And thank you again to Bridgewater Bank and all of our sponsors for supporting tonight's event. If you would like extra copies of the Top Projects magazine, please let us know. If you'd like to purchase a reprint for a project, look for an email from Lisa Arnold or contact me. On behalf of Finance and Commerce, thank you all for attending this evening. At this time, we usually open the stage for photos. So rather than rush the virtual stage, post your photos online using the hashtag TopProjects2020. Have a great evening, and remember, nominations for Top Projects of 2020 will open in January.